We can build up that whole topic.
DITC.
Mm-hmm.
Big L, baby. This is him, Fat Joe, and I don't drink no more. This is what let y'all know. Oh man.
Yeah. It's your boy, DJ Voltron. I'm here with Sweaty, Sickle, Conscious. And the topic today is always hip hop, man. It's always hip hop, man. Know what I mean? I'm gonna go one by one. Know what I mean? I am the mixtape DJ of the Bronx, DJ Voltron. Sweaty, Sickle, brother Sickle. Let them know who you are.
Magar Second. If y'all can't pronounce my name, like I said, my name is Rock a Block. You know, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, do or die. Shout out to Brooklyn.
And then we got Ab. What up? Ab, where you from, man? State where you from?
Ab Conscious, man. Straight out of Connecticut, 203, BBC, Bridgeport, Connecticut, man. Up in the tri-state, holding it down, city.
Word. So I present to you today, you know, the people that's tuning in, you know, the hip hop world, the love of hip hop. We were talking about where hip hop started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the last time we was talking about Brooklyn Make It, Bronx created, Brooklyn Make It. We was getting into that topic of how hip hop spread it out throughout the boroughs.
Right.
Worldwide.
So how did it affect Connecticut, Ab? Hip hop.
I have to say, I heard Brooklyn be taking it, man. I'm just saying.
But how was the impact?
But with Connecticut,
yeah,
I think it's like we was like probably like Jersey, like, you know, we just showing up and being around the team.
Who's the main rappers from Connecticut though?
Back in the day it was the Skinny Boys.
Yeah, fact. Definitely an influence on hip hop. Early hip hop influence. Skinny Boys, definitely.
And then there was Three the Hard Way too. I don't know if you heard about them.
Nah, but I definitely heard about the Skinny Boys. That was like one of my favorite groups when they came out. I think they came out like 80, early 80s.
Something like that, or mid 80s, something like that.
Something like that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look them up. I'm gonna look them up right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So while Brother Sikkim does that, I wanna state a few things as far as the status of hip hop right now. It's a lot of artists is dropping I never heard of. Killer Mike won mad Grammys. I never heard of Killer Mike's album, but people told me it's fire. So I'm gonna tune in and check to see what that's about. Because, it's kind of crazy. I don't ever give nobody no chance, And look, we got a guest too. I just see him on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's still there. We got a special guest. Speaking of hip hop, we got Hood Media. Vaughn did it. Vaughn did it. You hear me?
Yeah.
We can't hear you. Vaughn did it. So as we move on, Rock, what you see? Can we get Vaughn on there?
This group right here. Like when he said this group, this shit just brought back mad memories. But the Skinny Boys was like the replica of the Fat Boys. But it says here on their bio, it says the Skinny Boys are the American hip hop group originally from Bridgeport, Connecticut. The Skinny Boys members are Super J, Brother Shock and Shaw, and the Human Jock Box.
Right.
That's what I remember because he's the B-Box and shit. That's the B-Box era.
What about Steezo?
Steezo, yeah, Steezo was from Connecticut too, right?
Yeah. He's from New Haven.
Yeah, fact. Yeah, nah. Yeah, he early 80s too. I remember,
Yeah, around the same time.
Yeah, but I remember the Skinny Boys. They was at 85. They came out in the golden era. And they were signed to Warlock Records, which was an independent. Remember, Warlock was an independent, which eventually went out of business.
Yeah.
But then later on, they went to Job RCA, which was the same label KRS-One was on. Eventually got on. Somebody else was on. It was a lot of people on Job though.
Yeah. Wow. Like Tribe Called Quest was on Job, of course.
Tribe Called Quest.
Right.
Definitely. They was I think was it Zambia? Zambia was like their sister label, because I remember hearing KRS-One. He used to talk about Job, but they used to always say Zambia Records.
Right.
I think that's Clive Davis too. If I'm correct. Yeah, nah, that's
might be right.
Yo, Vaughn, can we hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, now you in.
Okay, good. Yeah, that was that zombie.
Yo, Ab, in the 80s though, how was hip hop in the 80s in Connecticut though? Like around 85, the golden era. Like you can paint a picture like that.
Probably was like the same part. For me, I was Matt Young, so I was just gravitating to the radio station.
Yeah.
Like I was hearing like WBLS. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
fact. That's what we listened to in New York. That was rocking.
You know what's crazy?
WBLS.
I used to listen to I used to see my grandmother in Connecticut, and inside the New Haven Mall, there was a radio station called Fresh. I don't know if you remember that.
All right.
Ab, you remember that?
The
radio station called Fresh.
There was a radio station from New Haven that was rocking hip hop. You know, because Bridgeport, we basically just had listen to New York station pretty much, and then the New Haven station also. We hold on a second. Hold on.
Got a lot of echo.
Yeah, I think everybody got mute them.
Yeah, it might be. Yo, Vaughn, where you from, man? Tell them where you from.
I'm from the Bronx. Big Bronx.
All right.
No, sir.
How you represent hip hop?
I represent the hip hop. That's what I know. Giving some of these upcoming high talent artists platform, get exposure. carry out, and we have some
You got some
support.
feedback in the back. You
Yeah,
break it up a little bit.
I'm breaking up. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, so no, I do interviews. We give brands, we give artists promotion, some marketing, brand, get their brand out there. Doesn't necessarily be an artist, but definitely should be a brands that take their situation serious. So definitely do that. And help, fill the void. You know what I'm saying? There's a void that needs to be filled, trying for you to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? That's how.
Maybe you gotta turn your mic down, bro.
For
Cause
me?
you like break it up, yeah.
Damn, so, hold on. All right. How about now? A little better?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I was saying, um, just about my contributions in hip hop, it'll be more for the artists that would need exposure or brands that need exposure. I do like marketing and branding, forge really dope relationships with peoples and entities and different things like that. Um, and just try and get important information out there, whether it be again from an artist, from a brand, fill voids. You know what I'm saying? Fill voids, in getting information out and resolving problems, stuff, issues. Yeah, that's how we.
Okay, I want to introduce you to the crew. We got Ab and we got Brother Sickerman here.
What's going on,
You know what
brother?
I'm saying? You are officially on the Universal Crown Podcast. And we talk about everything and everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Salute to the crowd, people that tune in later. And feel free, if you feel like hip hop is right now, this era, if hip hop is garbage, feel free to talk about it. Or it's still the same. Or however y'all feel, just let them know the status from back in the day to now. You know what I'm saying? When I say back in the day, whatever era you're from, to recent hip hop, as of now.
Well, see, I think that the music is kind of redundant and
You break it up again. Like break it up bad.
breaking a bad.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know what to do. So let me see. How about? Hold on, let me see something.
All right, while he's working, you know what I'm saying?
Working?
Yeah, and I think Rob froze. Ab, you there?
Yeah, would it sound better with me closer?
Yeah, I think he froze, man.
Yeah, Ab froze, I think.
Yeah, I think he got to get back in.
You might have to let him back in.
I don't see his screen down here. Let me see.
You probably on a corner.
Yeah. Anyway, we got a couple of technical difficulties, but we're gonna move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. Can you hear me?
If you hear me, Ab, just come back in. All right, Vaughn, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So you were saying?
Oh, okay. So what I was saying was, can you hear me better?
Yeah, I'm back now, yo.
It's just the echo.
So what I was saying was the eras. Well, hip hop. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. A lot of it is the double. I'm not necessarily my thing. It seems like it works for certain people. It works for a certain demographic. Comparison to back then, it's almost like a gift and a curse. What does that mean? that when we didn't have all the streaming and all this other stuff, we actually took time to actually buy an album, read the credits, know who the producer is. We waited for albums to come out. It was a really different era in time. Although the artists were getting jerked out of their money and so on, it helped pave the way. And it was a different responsibility. It was a different purity. It was a different authenticity when it came to actually making records. You know, when you go from like what's the Leaders of the New School or Tribe Called Quest, and niggas actually collabing and making hot records. The God Rock Kim coming out, changing the flow for everybody, different things like that. Smooth the Hustler, again, it's a complete different era. I think that, you know, it's good in the sense where you can reach people if you know what you're doing when it comes to marketing and promotion. You can reach people quickly and you know, and do what you need to do for the most part. But at the same time, it's almost a curse because it's like it becomes almost oversaturated, and it's hard for us to get real talent out, and things that we want to hear. We end up complaining about what we're hearing, and then turn around and do the same thing. So it's just kind of all over the place. So, you know, it's gifts and a curse. You just gotta find your way. I'm done talking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think like the oversaturation of just a whole bunch of rappers, and it really ain't no. Everybody really ain't got talent like that.
Right.
So it's like out of the oversaturation, it's only a few people that probably got talent,
Right.
and you know, really giving people something that they really wanna, you know, hear and stuff of that nature. But other than that, everybody just jumping on the bandwagon, just doing the same thing. We don't see no originality.
Right.
It's just the same thing going on, the same thing, and that gets redundant.
Right.
You know, so then you don't even want to listen to it because everybody's using a voice decoder, everybody's singing, and don't get me wrong, all that is cool, but it's like everybody doing it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 80s and 90s, everybody had their individualism. So you wanted to hear these different artists coming out because you was going to get something different because nobody sounded the same.
Right.
And that's what's going on. It's like these people that's marketing the music and controlling, they just dealing with a certain type of sound, certain type of thing that they just putting out, and that's what their people making money off. Nobody's really being original.
Right.
So you know, I say that, and I just say that these kids now, they really lost the art of what hip hop is. Because even if you ask them about the history of hip hop, they don't know, and they don't care. You know, they just want to do it and they want to make money, and that's what it's about. But it's no pride. It's no pride about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know, knowing where it come from.
You speak about pride, right?
Yeah.
I love the way the other countries, they embrace hip hop better than we do in America.
Yeah.
They got grannies in Korea. There was 150 of them. They limit to, I think it's 6 or 7. It's a granny group in Korea that's rapping.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going viral right now. Go to TikTok. You got Philippine girls and guys spitting bars because Philippines, you know, they speak English. You know, that's like their second language. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because all these countries, they embrace our music more than we do. And like you said, they're out here in New York.
They love the culture.
Right. They really love
the
our
culture of
culture.
hip hop. Yeah, they love the culture. The different intricate aspects of hip hop. They love all of it. The dancing, the rapping, just the image of, you know, the fashion. They love all that.
Right. It's incredible.
I just think over here.
Add on?
Well, there's nothing. I mean, in my opinion, you know, you have to embrace them. I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. I think that the fact of I think you were just touching on it. We don't know how to embrace our own the way that they do. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
And so I watched a documentary one time. I take us off subject, but I think it was between Walmart and Target. And Target was saying they like being number one and being number two. You know what I'm saying? Now the reason being is that Walmart would be probably one of the best stores at that point in time. Was one of the best stores to go get whatever you needed, food, tools, whatever the case is. But they had the most highest lawsuits, theft, and everything else that come with being number one. You know what I'm saying? So hip hop being the number one genre, we have greats, and then we have the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Comes along with it. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like,
definitely.
yeah, it's that
Yeah,
type.
that's all part. That's all. I agree with that. That's all part of the game.
Yeah,
You're gonna have the good shit, and you're gonna have the bad shit. You know.
right.
But the reason I mentioned the other cultures, because people are quick to say culture vultures, pointing the finger saying, "Oh, he's a culture vulture." But I feel proud that they represent,
Yes,
and they honor,
yeah,
what we started. So the ones that saying culture vulture, if you ask them a question, what's the first hip hop label where it started at? Who's the first female rapper? They couldn't answer any of these questions at all.
right. Now,
Now you see the culture vulture thing is, see the people that put that culture vulture shit out. Excuse my French and all that, but they talk about people outside the culture feeding on, this thing called hip hop that we created. But it's those same people that'll take those same corporate European contracts and give it to a brother or a sister that's getting in the business and do the same thing that these Europeans with these messed up contracts do to a brother and sister.
Right.
You understand? Because these black executives that's in hip hop, they learning the game and how to get over on people from the Europeans. You understand? But at the same time, they're going to say culture vulture. But it's really bad when you a culture vulture and you feeding off your own people.
Right.
So
you know what I'm saying?
My thing is culture vulture. So that, I believe that came from. I want to say stuff. I believe that term. Then he goes with Leo Cohen. That comes in a bunch of other white Jews, however it may go, whatever that find themselves inside of this culture. But let's say this: hip hop itself was built on fear, right? The riots in the '70s, niggas ran up in the mine. The riots in the '70s happened. We ran up in the electronic store. I don't know if it was Spaghetti's or whatever. Took out the speakers and the turntables.
Started to break up a little bit, my guy.
Oh, sorry about that. So back in the '70s, when the riot '70s, I think it was a riot that went on back then. And this is when hip hop started. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
And I believe that the riot started then, and then whatever happened, there was one when we were doing using break beats at one point. Riots happened, run up inside electronic stores, they pull out the speakers, the turntables, and so on. Grandmaster Caz is born, Grandmaster Flash is born, so on and so on and so on. You get what I'm saying? And this is how hip hop is formed, basically, right? And then we started taking samples that Kanye does today, right? And just takes it and just doesn't, but he'll complain about somebody else taking it. So a lot of this stuff is controversial. Pac, same thing. You know what I'm saying? His whole thug life, not really a thug or whatever the case is, but a turnaround. Speaking sense, but he had is very controversial because of thought processes and actions, and it was, he was on the edge, and it comes with a lot of stuff in hip hop. So, which one is it, right? It was built on fever. We did it first. We went and we made something out of it. So now what happens is cats came in and capitalized off of the stuff that we were missing. which is the know-how and the contracts and the blah and the blah and the blah. You get what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. And so when it comes down to those people that get in position and try to take advantage of people that don't know, my question is, are they? And I'm not that person. I try to be as straight up as you can. But are those people doing their job? Are they doing? What are they doing? Right? Like, what exactly are they doing?
Right. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
What I wanted to also talk about is female rappers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the young girls that a lot of people don't like this chick called Sexy Red. Now, Lil' Kim was just as nasty. You understand what I'm saying? But she was praised for her nastiness. Now, I don't agree with this new chick, Sexy Red. She is a little too nasty or whatever, but these artists, these like female artists that's nasty, you got gays, like Lil Nas X and all them. I don't like that type of hip hop, but I appreciate them keeping hip hop alive. Unfortunately, it's a bad image, but they're keeping the art form alive because they've been wanting to end our music for like years. And to make it to 50 years is incredible. Disco ain't making that long. And I do believe that Brother Sikkim was saying it started with disco in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Brooklyn was more of... No, Brooklyn was more... When you talk about Bronx and Brooklyn, Brooklyn was more... We was more disco. You know, we was into Love Is The Message. You know, we was into stuff like that. And, you know, and the DJs came out and they rocked joints like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was later on to me that we got into the real thing, what we call hip hop, which the Bronx was already doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I was young and I was watching the DJs in Brooklyn, rocking the block parties or the clubs and all that stuff, they was rocking all that, you know, Funkadelic, you know what I'm saying, Patti LaBelle. They was rocking stuff like that. Then they was rocking a lot of that disco stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we was getting down to that, you know what I'm saying? And the DJs was cutting that up. To me, like in the 80s, I think, you know, Brooklyn really embraced hip hop, what we call hip hop. But I know my parents, they was, you know, 70s, and they was dealing with all that oldies but goodies, Marvin Gaye, you know, stuff like that. And that's what we rocked off, you know, especially in the clubs. You know, for Brooklyn was basically clubs. We had our park jams and stuff like that, but I just say like the 80s. Before the 80s, we was on our disco. We was on our disco shit.
I'm gonna put you on to something too. Brother Sikkim is an artist. He used to fuck with, was it Jazzo? Your team?
I'm from Marcy, so you know. So the group that I was a part of was Jazzo and Mobilari. That was my group. You know, and we that was like 94. We had the first when we came out, we was called the Council. You know, and then later on in the 80s, with Jazzo and Mobilari. We had the single Let's Go, Bananas. You know, we had videos for these songs too. But we were signed to an independent label called Rancor, which was being backed by Sony at the time. So, you know, we was just starting out, doing the independent thing, and really not knowing the game like that. We just wanted to rap and get our name out there, you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that goes back to what the brother was talking about. While we was just into the rapping and wanted to get our name out, the Jewish dude that owned the company, he's more focused on the business. We signed contracts that wasn't good, you know. But that's on us because we wasn't smart and really knowledgeable about a game that we was getting in, and we just really wanted to get heard. You know what I'm saying? No, we did a little thing. We had the soundtrack for Black Mass with Jet Li. You know, it was a little buzz that we had. We had features from MOP, Grandmaster Caz, Lost Boys, Hood Fellas. Like, you know, it was a little short period of something that we did, and we met certain people and brushed shoulders with big names, but you know, the whole thing just went sideways. So, you know, I'm glad to say I did do something. I didn't go as far as I wanted to go, but it was an experience that I learned a lot from.
Right. I want y'all to help my man, you know, Vaughn. I don't know if you want me to put it out there like that, but my man Vaughn, he gets so frustrated with these artists. You know, he gets so frustrated. Maybe what you just telling him, I know it probably helped him out a lot to understand. But it's like more like the new era. Like these artists is not moving like they supposed to. Maybe y'all can get him some insight. Like Vaughn, just tell me your plight about the artists. What's going on? Like, you know, what really frustrates you the most?
Well, see what it is artists. Some artists, how you want to say, you know, they like the brand, right? Brother, he was just saying that, you know, you have people in certain positions with the cases, and they will more so overlook the people that's going to really stand with them. Not necessarily me, just a scenario, right? And they would just kind of pass it and overlook it. Then they'll go to 105.1, sit on the interview. What you gonna do after the interview? And go back to people just passed. You understand where I'm coming from? So it's a lot of it's just a lot of them don't want to invest in it. You know, it's frustration when they don't want to invest in themselves. It's frustration when you kind of, if you understand the art, understand where they're coming from. Not saying you don't agree with them. Not saying you agree with them. You understand where they're coming from. But now once you understand where they're coming from via experience, you're like, okay, how long is this process going to take? You get what I'm saying? And how it jeopardize my happiness, my mental health, and so on and so on. So it's a lot. It's you know, it's different scenarios for different situations. But for the most part, overall, a lot of artists don't invest in themselves. And so that's where it's you know, kind of weird.
That's when it get kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you're investing yourself, then the long run of this whole game is not going to be good for you.
Right.
You know, it's not going to be good for you. So you definitely got to come into this game being knowledgeable, because even when we talk about culture vultures and things of that nature, it's just a lot of people come in this game and they don't be knowledgeable of the game, understand the dynamics of how things run. For us and my group, that was our problem. We just was thinking about money and getting our name out there and rapping, and seeing us on a video or hearing our voice on the radio, but we really wasn't focused on the business.
Right.
And learning the things that we need to get learned, so we don't get taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people get caught up in the materialism, the Rolexes, the cars, the clothes, the women, and all this other stuff. Well, that should be a distraction of them focusing on the business.
Right.
And being realistic with their journey, because
exactly.
They push back, the more that they push back and say, okay, I'm not going to do this, and it's the same waiting period of time as you're going to wait anyway. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just kind of weird how they perceive certain things. So again, so now it's just like the brother said, is like they go in not necessarily understand the business. Okay, cool, that's one thing, but then also not being realistic with their process. A lot of stuff they think is microwave.
Yeah. But
the microwave thing, and then they get caught up in that. Well, this person only came out.
But can we really say We say that anyway about this generation.
Sure,
They the
sure.
microwave. They the microwave generation. They
Right,
want
right.
everything to happen.
Right
Cause
now.
like, from my experience, I deal like I'm in Pennsylvania now, so it's a lot of young cats that want to rap, you know. And from my knowledge of being in the game and what I know, they come to me and want me to help them out. But you know what? They don't want to put in the work.
Right, right.
They don't want to. They don't want to work on the writing they raps. They don't want to work to learn how to do promotion and marketing.
Right, right, right,
They
right,
want
right.
you to do all that. They want you to do all that for them.
Right, right.
While they sit back and be on some Hollywood
Yeah.
bullshit, you know.
Right.
And then if it don't move fast as they want,
Who they blaming?
then they go, "Oh, I ain't messing with you. You don't know what you're doing." And I try to tell them this is a process.
Right.
Right.
And you thinking that this just gonna happen and you're gonna be Jay-Z or whoever overnight.
Right.
It don't work like that. It's about the work that you put in.
Right.
I don't care how nice you is. I don't care about none of that. If you don't work hard
That's it.
and you don't want to be, if you don't want to learn the game and be knowledgeable, I'd rather take somebody that's corny that want to work hard. Cause you know what? I'll get somewhere with them
Yeah, they,
faster.
Right.
they're gonna win. They're gonna outwork. They're gonna outwork it. I see it all the time. I see it all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah, yeah.
And like me being a mixtape DJ, and like when I say pay me for the first slot, it look like me like a deer in headlights, like, huh? Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm promoting. When I was hot, I was hot. I'm promoting you. I'm only charge you a small fee. The rest of peace K Slay, he was like going like 10,000, 20,000.
Yeah.
I was only charging 200, 300 slot for the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? And I had my buzz. Even like now, you know what I'm saying? I did my little legendary thing. I didn't blow up like I wanted to, but I'm still out there trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because the way the music is. But if I do start charging for slots, you get like you said, both of y'all said, you gotta invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to do
I'm
that.
pushing you. I'm pushing the mixtapes. So therefore, pay me. I'm your promoter.
Keep it 100. A lot of them ain't even in a position to invest in themselves.
Well, this is the thing. That's
what I'm
a
telling you.
very good statement. So what happens there, right? This is when the decision making for me. This decision making when you know they're not in that position. What happens? What happens after that? Because now you have to make a decision. If I feel like you're talented enough and I want to take a shot, but I know the headache that comes behind it. I have the experience to say, okay, whatever needs to be said, vote yay and nay. Now, realistic, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna bring it to the person. Well, I'm gonna let it be known what's gonna be expected from them, and I'm not accepting anything less from them. If you can't adhere to that, then I gotta go. And it's really that simple.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, nah, that's fact.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what, bro? That's what you just said.
Yeah,
I experienced that with one of these little young rappers around here.
yeah.
Because you know what? At the end of the day, they didn't have the money to invest in themselves.
Right,
I'm paying for the studio time. I'm doing all this stuff.
right.
So, like you said, I'm expecting a certain standard from you.
Sure.
And a lot of them, they don't want to live up to that standard.
Gotta go.
And you like, yo, I'm investing in you.
Right.
You ain't even got no bread.
Let me know
But you
what
want to rap. Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes the realism of that is when you ain't got the money to invest in yourself, you got to say to yourself, I can't do this. No matter how bad you want to do this,
Yeah.
I can't do this. And that comes with a person giving up their dream.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to do.
It is. It's a thing. I go through it all the time. Go through
Yeah,
all
it's
the
a
time.
real-
But you know what? You tell them, it's you have to. It comes with understanding your happiness, your
Yeah.
space, the money that you're
Yeah.
spending, your kids, family, different things like
Yeah.
that. If I feel like I'm putting all this work in, and you're not adhering to try and get us to the next level, knowing you really can't do nothing for me in those spaces, that's gonna it becomes not good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Definitely.
So we have to create these cushions for ourselves. Again, being marketers, promoters, whatever position that we play, that we're able to, and it hurts. Don't get it twisted. When you walk away from a high talented artist, don't think that we out
Yeah.
here like, oh, so that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
if you lock in with me being up, I'm not stopping until it go. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
when you push back and it's like you're really not respecting the space, and again, it came to what we need to get done. It's we cool. You still my little homie, home girl, homeboy, but
Yeah.
let me know
I
when
gotta
you
go. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. What advice you got, Ab, for my man, Vaughn? You got any advice?
Oh yeah. Sorry for all that the background noise and all that. But just getting back to like Connecticut, like for a quick moment, like WBLS, like I was saying before, I was in school. I mean, not, like listening to the radio and like then it was 94.3 Fabulous BS. He was putting on the from New Haven, that one station from New Haven, and then WBLS from the city, New York.
Yeah, fresh. I
But
recall fresh.
mhm,
It's right in the Chapel
Fresh
Square
Kiss
Mall.
FM. But there was DJs out of Bridgeport that I know, like Flight Flash, Billy Bush, um, them two DJs. They were doing like house parties. They were doing like American Eagle parties at American Eagle. So they was very influenced, as far as like getting their like affiliation with New York City A&Rs and some of the rappers. You know what I mean?
Right.
So a lot of rappers were coming up to Bridgeport and stuff like LL Cool J and all that, Run DMC, you know. But I agree also. What you was about to say?
I was about to say, how does hip hop affect your religion? You know what I'm saying?
My religion,
Look at the
as
honorable
far as
Mr. Farrakhan and
our way
everything.
way
Are
of
you
life.
allowed to interject with it or intervene?
This is a good question. Because we have this one guy in the city in New York, in Harlem, Mosque number 7. Back when I was in the military and I was in the Nation at the time, his name was Minister Comrade Muhammad.
Yeah, I
I don't
heard
know if
of
y'all
him.
heard of him.
Definitely heard of Minister Conrad Muhammad. Yeah, definitely.
And he was like known as the hip hop minister,
Fact.
Right.
Fact.
Because
That's dope.
I
But
remember one time when
now go ahead, because that's a good question though.
you,
But after you finish speaking, I got something to build on that.
yeah, so he got on. I read about him on the Source magazine. Source put an article about him, and he was speaking on how the hip hop should be influenced, like how it was from the start, like reflecting our lives and innovating us. I think in that article, if it wasn't Minister Farrakhan, it was him that said that it's millions, billions of dollars that to donate to destroy, to dumb down the music, And so that in itself, like with us, we here to uplift our people. So hip hop, we recognize hip hop, how the 5%ers and some of them were influenced, inspired by the Nation of Islam,
Fact.
to uplift us,
That's what I was gonna build on, because when we talk about early hip hop in the '80s, Come on, you had poor righteous teachers, Lakim Shabash, King's
Yeah.
son. You had the
Mhm.
5% nation that was pushing, spearheading hip hop.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
this is when they was talking about, uplifting blacks. The consciousness was real high. Come on, the God Rock Cam.
Yeah.
We was
X
the
Factor.
5% later as religion, and the culture being incorporated in hip hop was real big and explosive. Because you know what? That culture of 5%er was the way of the streets. Because everybody in Brooklyn I know had a big homie named Born, Knowledge,
Yeah.
Freedom, and
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
dudes were like father figures in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The young guys that was lost, they was giving them knowledge of self. They was
Yeah.
making sure they was going to school. They
Yeah.
was making sure they wasn't disrespecting the elders. This is the part of the culture of what we really missing, where everything is going, may everything spin out of control.
Yeah. The lack of
Yes,
And
sir.
you had and even the Nation of Islam, a lot of people don't know Ice Cube was part of the Nation of Islam.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah,
back
right
then.
now. You was influenced by the Nation of Islam. Yeah.
So it's like that. That's what we lost, because when we talk about the culture of hip hop, of
yeah.
break dancing, graffiti,
Yeah.
rapping, the clothes industry, but the number one thing of hip hop was getting knowledge yourself. And that's the element of hip hop that got lost.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. This
Wu
is
Tang was trying to bring it back.
Definitely Wu-Tang
Wu
definitely
Tang.
brought it back.
Mhm.
Definitely
Yeah, they
Wu-Tang
brought it
definitely
back.
brought
They
it back.
did. Mhm. Yes, sir.
now I think that's 100% ill great statement because it was the discipline that we had that was being
Yeah,
enforced when it came
facts.
to 5% nation. You know what I'm saying? So they had what they call universal beat jams and so and so.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
what
yeah.
you had our guys, some of our guys that went astray and started doing violent stuff, and they started deeming us as gangs, as opposed to the real, even whether the knowledge was whatever's whatever, but it was still
Fact.
something that we had to look forward to. We had to know our degrees when our senile and enlightener. You know what I'm saying? We had
Yup.
to make it up studying this shit.
Mhm.
It's a thing, son. It was
Yeah.
a thing. So that right there incurred again discipline. And if you could see that today, where, right? Let me know where it's at.
And you know what, bro? To build on that,
Yeah.
they were the guardians of the culture.
Talk about
Because
it.
you know what? You wasn't coming out here speaking crazy, women
Right.
taking their clothes off. Nah, because you know what? One
Right.
of those brothers will come see you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right,
like, we
right.
ain't having that.
Right. That's a fact.
Yeah.
These are facts.
There was
These are facts.
a situation where the X Clan was somebody
Excellent.
in the Brother Jay's camp that was trying to accuse him of doing some
Another group,
raping
X
or
Clan.
something like that. Yeah. They Brother Jay and a couple of that brother too had killed that noise. Like we ain't,
Yeah.
they say they ain't about that life. Like
Right.
you know you're gonna say something, you know what I mean, you got proof for it. You know?
Yeah, and that's a big thing. We lost the guardians of the culture.
As I was gonna
Right.
say,
Once that stopped,
I would love for Tribe Called Quest groups like that. You know, the new era, the Jungle
hmm
Brothers, De La Soul,
Jungle Brothers, De
that
La
type of
Soul,
energy.
And
Queen
Now there's a
Latifah.
group. There's a
Queen
group. I
Latifah.
forgot their name. They're on that vibe. If I can remember the name,
No, I
they
know
like
you're
they
talking about.
young dudes. They
You know what
powerful.
But
I
here's
mean,
the thing.
Dig what we playing?
Yeah,
Diggle
Nah,
Diggle Plains
niggas
is
Planet.
dope.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're playing with fire too. Yeah,
Brand Nubians.
Brand
them
Nubian.
is my dudes. Like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
And they came out.
Even
Yo,
Poor
what?
Righteous Teachers.
Yeah,
Poor
Poor
righteous
righteous
teachers.
teachers
Come
was
on.
getting in too.
Wise
yeah,
intelligence. Yeah.
yeah.
And the
Yeah.
Blast Master
Even
boy.
De La
KRS One.
Soul.
KRS One was teaching everybody.
Why is that?
Oh, the last night is KS1.
Well, yeah.
Terrorist one. Fact. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Last Mo and Higgin. That's
Now
right.
Reign Supreme won.
Right.
So that that was the balancement. We lost the balancement. Cause at the real on some real stuff, you ain't got to get rid of it. All I'm asking for is a balancement. That's
Right.
what I'm asking for. You know, these
Right.
youngins doing what they doing. It's all good, but we need that balancement.
For sure. 100%. That's a very good statement. Like you said, the balance to kind of weigh things out.
Mhm.
Yeah. 100%. And even the playing field that way, we be able to teach better as well.
Right.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
understand? And be able to pull one or two from over that side, and then hopefully be able to develop them a certain type of way. Because I think that a lot of the stuff that, and this is to your point, Voltron, when you said Little Kim was just as probably as bad as the girl Sexy Red. I think that, and it's not to take anything from the internet, but because we can get the information that people, the bull stuff that people do across the world so quickly,
Yeah.
we get it very rapid in places that back in the day we wouldn't even know about what's going down.
Right.
Yeah.
If we got locked up, we're gonna see niggas in jail. We're gonna hear their story. Oh damn, word, you did that, and that's the only way we're gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
On the
fact.
street.
Right.
Yeah,
And
fact.
here we are now with the phone. This shit is rapid. So I think that that also plays a heavy part in tearing
Yeah.
stuff down as well. You know what I'm saying?
Hip hop needs a balance, man. You can stop a lot
Yeah,
of
man.
violence. A lot of violence, man, and it'd be a lot more love amongst us. Like
But
Tribe
that's the
Called Quest.
marketing tool. The marketing tool is the gangs. You gotta be with a Blood, a Crip, a GD. This is the marketing tool. When gangsterism and gangbanging is is the marketing tool. That's when it get real detrimental, man.
And
Right.
the other side that it's been like that. This is the crazy thing. This is
Yeah.
nothing new. You understand
Yeah,
what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
nothing new. It's just that
No, yeah.
because of it's gone so rapid, I think that has now become oversaturated. You understand? I'm coming from
Yeah.
inside of the industry itself, and it's the thing to do now, and it's just really weird. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Right.
no,
But it comes from that era, bro, that we come from. Because you know what? Dudes was gangsters and they was in these streets doing what they was doing, but everything wasn't for the kids and everybody to hear, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
it was
like you said, it ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing
Right.
new. But in our era, a motherfucker wasn't getting out, yo, my gun, and I'm a,
we had cool
it
with our
was,
shit.
yeah, it was
Right.
the swag and couth that we had with our shit. Yeah, we was talking that shit. We was talking that shit, but the way we did it,
Yeah.
we put it in a code where you had to know what was up to know. Like, oh, all right, that's what he talking about. That's what
Right.
he on. Oh, all right, I see.
I seen him
You
with
know,
his
now
mom.
it's too blunt.
With
It's too
mom.
much.
Yeah.
It's too much out there, man. Even with the slow jams, like that's why we don't even got no R&B. Because
Right.
back in the days, Marvin Gaye, they knew how to talk to a chick and ask her for the drawers without even asking her for the drawers. You know
And
what
he
I'm
know how to
saying?
sing. And he know how to sing.
Yeah,
Auto
you know what
tune
I'm
to know
saying?
R&B.
Yeah,
Your
auto
great
tune.
grandma can sing
Yeah.
with auto tune.
No, it's a
And
definite thing. Because remember that we used to send girls voicemails with the. I'm gonna say voicemail. We used to send I don't know how we used to do it, but love songs was our shit at one point.
yeah, we used to write love songs to send to girls. Let me write that joint, Senator. Yeah, we was smooth. Now we was smooth, man. I watch these dudes now.
Yeah.
They get broken down too quick. Man, a chick can tell us no 1,000 times. That ain't stop us. We
Right.
just went back to the drawing board. What I'm gonna say the next time I see her.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
What? That
We used to make up phrases. Remember the phrase when the first phrase, you got a man, what he got to do with me? We was in slick shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't break us down easy.
Right.
Positive K was coming.
Positive.
He was
Yeah, we
coming
had mad
hard, boy.
phrases. We had all type of punchlines, man. These girls got tired of us. We had so many.
Right.
No,
You
crazy,
would
man.
go away.
Yeah, but they loved it us for that. Because they knew the next day they saw us, we was coming with something creative.
Right.
Like, you know what, I might as well give this dude a shot. Because
Right.
he got so many punchlines, and every time he see me, he consistent with it.
Look at
I
Right.
gotta give him a play.
That's real shit.
I
Right.
know.
That was the good old days. I don't want to sound like we a bunch of old dudes and all that. Look, we got like 5 minutes left, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna change the subject a little bit. I don't know if y'all recall, right? It happened this week. And those are the people that have AT&T know what I'm talking about. They phones cut off.
Yeah, I heard about that. They were
Remember
saying it
that?
was a terrorist attack. It's trying to play it as a terrorist attack.
Nah, but it was come to find out it was AT&T software.
Oh man,
They
I'm
broke
telling
down.
you.
See, you know what's crazy though? I don't know if y'all saw the movie. They said, what's the movie that came on Netflix? Um, Vacation from the World or something like that, where they was the end of the world, and they said it happened with a cyber attack. The TVs went out, the phones went out,
Right.
but only the people that went on the vacation away from the city, they was like protected for all the chaos and mayhem that went on. So
Right.
when I heard that, I thought about that movie. I said, damn, that was the first thing they said in that movie when the phones went out and the TV. It's a cyber attack.
Wow.
Right.
So
look,
that brought me to that movie.
This is why I ordered and people thought I was crazy. You see that?
What's that?
I don't know. It's morphing right now in the background.
Mm.
It's a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
I got another one.
Yeah, that's funny. I was thinking about buying one the other day.
Yeah, you need the walkie-talkies, man. And you know what I'm saying? For communication. If they go down, you still got that. Solar generators. The reason I'm speaking about this because we gotta keep our people safe, man. When I say our people, I'm saying the people that's not aware and not paying attention.
We got to know how to be safe.
Yeah, you
Right.
know what I'm saying?
That comes with knowledge too, man. Because you know what? If something like that do pop, a lot of people ain't gonna be ready. A lot of people ain't gonna know how to survive, save lives, and all that, man.
They said 90% of the people will not survive if we have that EMT. What do you call it? EMT attack, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
The EMT, yeah. So they said 90% of the people will not survive. Can you imagine? And then it's like us in the city. You have a better chance over there. You know what I mean, Brother Sickle? Because you're more in the suburbs, but us in the city, we're gonna be warned every day to protect our food and everything. You know what I'm saying? To survive.
But I think me and you talked about this before, Voltron. One thing I do love about our people, and it's messed up. Certain things have to happen that we do come together.
Right.
If something like that ever happened, you're gonna see the God come out of a lot of people.
Right.
Just like when we had the blackouts in New York, you saw all type of people come together to help each other. And that's one thing that New York is great for that. We might be on each other's neck, we don't speak, we might do each other dirty, but when a crisis happens, man, you see the humanity come out of people, man, to help their brothers and sisters, man.
Word. I was living in the Bronx, man, that time that happened. And Bronx was having a block party outside, man, like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. They was like chill. Everybody was just playing their music and just building, you know what I mean?
So, I just wanted, we get close to the hour, whatever. I just wanted to put that out there. And we got the truckers boycotting New York. So I seen a lot of truckers say they weren't going to do it, but now I see it starting to take effect. You got a couple of truck drivers really they're implementing that boycott where we can't get food over here.
Well, you know that
And it affects all of America, not just New York.
You know what that go back to, right? That go back to the Jimmy Hoffa era. Because you know that was his situation. Because he wasn't just in control of the union, but he was in control of the unions of the truckers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to see that happen now, it's just like history repeats itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that is real. The boycott when the truckers boycott, that's serious because they the ones that bring us our food, all that stuff, man.
But it's going to cost America. Food prices going to go up. But we're going to say that for the next episode. I appreciate these brothers. You know what I mean? Vaughn did it.
Nice meeting everybody.
Nice talking to y'all, man. Nice hearing from y'all, man.
Good brothers, good vibes.
Yeah, man. We're going to keep this podcast going.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me, brother. Yeah. And nice meeting you guys.
Appreciate you. Yeah, definitely. Same here.
Yeah, we're going to call quits right now, man. We off this.
Yeah.